Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, big sigh. We've made it to our last speaker of the night. Right? It's okay. We're going to have another one sometime in spring of 2026. But we're going out on a real fucking high note. And that is funny because I'm about to share with you what makes Saxon's day 10% better. It's smoking weed. Saxon is a monster and a force, and his talk is mind-blowing. You're going to love it. Please welcome Saxon to the stage.
When I was young, I wanted to be a rapper. But I didn't know that having that dream meant inheriting an expiration date. So tonight I want to talk to you about what happens when imagination becomes survival. So a couple of songs I listened to growing up. One was Ice Cube, Today Was a Good Day. In it he says, hooked it up for later as I hit the dough, thinking, will I live another 24? At that time, I didn't understand the concept of 24 hours. I thought he meant 24 years old. And so it was shocking that a couple years later when Coolio came out with Gangsta's Paradise, he said, I'm 23 now, will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. Damn, it's pretty young. But it really hammered home when I got to high school and Kanye West said, we wasn't supposed to make it past 25. Joke's on you, we still alive. We've accepted this expiration date, a whole generation of people. And the crazy thing about it is when I turned 25, I was homeless. I was looking at myself like, God damn, nigga, I'm still here? Yes, but I had time in that 13 months to think about what I internalized as a rapper. And now listen, I know there's a lot of songs about hip hop that are about the future, right? Yeah, Kendrick Lamar, we gon' be all right. Nas, I know I can be what I want to be. Songs about hope, but still feels like you're trying to breathe inside a cage. Even our songs in hip hop that are about good days. Nappy Roots said, we're gonna have a good day, cause ain't nobody gonna die today. God damn. Ice Cube's day was only good because he didn't have to grab his AK. Damn. So now we're talking about imagination being held hostage by our reality. This is an example of imagination turning deadly. This is Young Dolph, a rapper murdered in Memphis. At his trial, the lawyer asked, hey, the person who killed him, did you think by killing this man you'd be more likely to get a record deal? His answer was yes. Even imagining success in hip hop became twisted. Oh, look, it's 50 Cent. Hey, 50. 50 Cent got shot 9 times and leveraged it to become a hip hop star. It was synonymous with his name. 50 Cent got shot 9 times. So you know what? I got shot. Okay, I didn't. That's a scrape I got on my knee roller skating with my friend when I was 8. But that's not a good song, nigga. So I got shot. But now look what the kids are doing. If y'all can't see, that's 2 guns in that kid's hand and the chain because this is what they imagine it feels like to be a rapper. Now, I've argued that hip hop has actually become anti-black in some sense because it's the opposite of spirituals. Spirituals, songs that dreamt of freedom before freedom was even a thing. That's imagination. Using coded language because not everyone's supposed to know what we're doing because we can get in trouble. That's innovation. Thinking about a life beyond bondage. That's dangerous. That's radical. But when we go into, I can't let you leave without understanding that America and corporate greed have a big hand in this, right? Huge hand, because when you have a genre that empowers people, that's a problem. This isn't a crazy conspiracy theory like the government created a special program to purposely disrupt black civil rights leaders so they couldn't get into power. Wait, what? Oh, shit. I didn't even put that slide in there. Thank you. But it's true, it's in our soil. But that's irrelevant. What can I do? I understand that in hip hop, you have to be intentional with your imagination. That's why me and my friends make videos like this. I wanted to be a turtle. They made it happen. That's why musically I write songs in my nonprofit for kids in DPS, and each song that I write for them has some reference of them in the future. Because when you see yourself in the lyrics, you start to believe it. And I'm saying that from experience. To be able to get these kids to sing out their wildest imagination is what I think hip hop should be. I want hip hop to be like a vision board, a place where you can just put your wildest dreams out there and not just be concerned about living to the next day. Some of the songs I write for these kids, they don't even understand it, right? I have a line where I say, you really showed out in your first 50, next 50 get it in. Will you work with me? Oh, yeah. They don't know that that song is about them living until they're 100 years old. But the hope is that one day they will internalize that the same way I did, thinking, will I live another 24?
Pissed at me. He was going to walk off before taking his applause. Which, by the way, side note, Nora Burns, who was a previous speaker on Ignite Denver, was the one who taught me that it is a gift that you give yourself and the audience when you receive applause, which is something